mean, working out with them, really just kind of just seeing what they're doing and kind of just working off of them really kind of helps. But I mean, I'm really not asking for the playing time. I'm really just going to work for it and see if they give me it towards the end.
And CJ said that you might play some Leo. Is that right? Have you been kind of introduced to that?
I mean, yeah, we haven't really worked into the football mechanics yet, but once we get there, I feel like I could play that or the end, either one.
Why do you think you could play the Leo in this defense? What have you kind of seen?
I kind of see myself more as an athletic build, and I can have more speed, so kind of just see that playing like a bigger end, but more athletic, big skill type of guy.
What does it take to be a Leo? Or like, is it that athleticism? Is it kind of have you talked to Jim Knowles about the position, or what is it?
I mean, I haven't really talked to him about it, but kind of just seeing it when I see it on the film, just kind of seeing that guy be able to roam around and kind of just play that linebacker spot or get on that outside end. So kind of just both of them.
What has surprised you about getting into all this? I mean, is it what you expected, or?
So really, me just being in a rural area, coming down here to the city, kind of just learning the traffic and everything, that kind of got me the most, honestly.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been really good.
Anything about like workouts? Was there like a welcome to college football moment for you, or?
Definitely the abs really got me. I mean, I haven't really worked out that hard, so kind of getting in here kind of definitely changed my gears. I'm definitely working a lot harder.
Is there a guy in the defensive line room that you're like, this is who I want to be, like once I kind of get acclimated to all this? Is there like an example that you have? Or?
I kind of just look at myself kind of like Nick Bosa. That's how I kind of want to build myself and be like.
What is it about his game?
Honestly, just everything. Watching him, how athletic he gets on the outside, all the speed rushes, and he uses power too. He kind of just has all the tools defensive end would need.
How about your relationship with the young guy, or like the early enrollees, those new members?
I mean, definitely, we all have a great bond, and we're all brothers, and we kind of all just treat each other. I mean, we're all kind of moving in, getting settled in, so if we all need something, we all kind of get with each other, and it's definitely been great. It's kind of like having a whole different team besides having a real team.
And one of the things that CJ Hicks was saying is like, I mean, you guys all had a group chat. You guys were all like getting to know. I mean, obviously, you know, a group chat is different than actually kind of living and being around like those guys. I mean, is there anything that, you know, are they what you expected them to be, or what is that?
I mean, yeah, definitely. We've been having that group chat ever since I said I was going to go to Ohio State. So I've been in there for a minute and kind of just meeting everybody, getting familiar with everybody. I mean, I definitely feel like it was really a big help, and we kind of gotten closer to each other before we even got here.
Caden, did you show up with an idea of this is what I need to accomplish in these first couple of months heading into the spring? Is it something that once you get here, your eyes get opened a little bit to what you need to do? How does that?
I mean, when I got in here, I knew I needed to gain weight. I knew I was down a little bit, so kind of that was my main goal getting in here, and I've already gotten up about 5 or 6 pounds, so kind of just still getting up on the weight is definitely what I'm trying to work on.
What are you trying to get to?
Right now I'm trying to get to 265 for spring ball.
And you're where?
About 250.
How much have you been able to talk to Jim Knowles since he's been here?
I mean, they've been recruiting a little bit, so I mean, kind of just seeing that. But then they kind of got here, and we've been talking a little bit here and there before workouts, after workouts. So it's been nice to kind of get familiar with him.
What's kind of your impression of him?
I mean, I love him. I've seen what he did at Oklahoma State, so kind of just seeing that reflect over here, I feel like he has a lot of big and good things to bring to us.
Have you been able to watch any Oklahoma State film or take away anything?
Yeah, I've definitely watched their defense a little bit last season, just seeing how they played against other teams and how they did against the pass, how they did against the run. So definitely kind of like watching that.
So what do you think of that?
I definitely loved that. I loved what he did against it.
Larry's heading into his 49th year of coaching football. Just knowing that and how much he's been around and how much he's been a talent, what do you try to take away from him in the first couple of months? I know it's a long process, but
yeah, like,
game out these first months.
Like I said, just being a sponge, just kind of taking everything in. I mean, the dude has so much experience, he has so much knowledge in football, so kind of just learning that and just kind of staying up by his wing and just listening to everything he has to say and just taking it in and into consideration. Definitely is nice.
This may be a stupid question, but is he different as a recruiter than he is as a position coach?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he's just like kind of having like that extra dad. I feel like he's that extra dad having on the football field. I feel like he definitely just kind of cares for his players, and definitely just you can see it's true love that he loves his players.
Is it nice to have that continuity coming from recruiting to your position coach? I mean, a lot of the guys on defense are
getting used to a new position coach because of the way things worked out.
Yeah, definitely. It's great having him. I mean, I've had him since the beginning. I kind of talked to him from the beginning of my recruitment, so I mean, he's kind of just been there with me the whole time. And he told me he wasn't going to stay, he wasn't going to leave, and he hasn't left. So I mean, I know he's going to stay by that.
Yeah, because you heard rumors probably like everybody else.
Oh,
He
yeah.
might, he's older than me, But how much did you need to be assured of that? I guess, Kate.
I mean, definitely when he came in my in-home visit, he kind of made me like official that he was going to be there. He's going to be there to coach me, and that kind of just settled in for me, and that kind of just made me feel good.
Hey, do you sense? It seems like you're becoming almost like a folk legend a little bit, the way you've gone about like all-star practice and things like that. But people are kind of catching up to your story to a certain extent. But explain the zeal with which you play the game. Where does that come from?
I mean, when I was a little kid, I was always playing up with my brother's age groups. They're a little bit like 2 grades older than me, so kind of just playing in that age group kind of gave me that mindset from an early age of I have to work for everything, and I kind of got to get out there and just outwork everybody. So I kind of just had that motor on the field, just wanted to beat everybody, not let anybody be past me or anything. So that kind of been with me all my life.
Yeah, I asked Coach Day on signing day back in December, the original signing, whether you had like, when you watch a guy like you, do you look for a nasty streak in a guy like that? Because you got to be, when you're down in the trenches, you got to get after. Do you feel like you do have a nasty streak?
I feel like definitely when I get on the football field, a little switch turns on in the back of my head, and I kind of just let everything go out of the way for a second. I'm just focused on football, and I don't really care if I got to hit you anywhere. I mean, I'm going to do it to get past you.
Yeah.
Caden, there were a lot of freshmen who were able to play last year. Started on defense, Denzel Burke, guys on the defensive line, JT and Jack played a bit. When you see that, do you see a chance for the same thing to happen in your year, in your class?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like all of us new recruits and newcomers really want to work hard, and we really want to get on the field and find playing time. So we're all kind of just working as hard as we can, really, just to get out there.
Is there a page out of like last year's class's playbook that you think you guys could borrow from and help you guys?
I mean, I feel like definitely. I feel like we're getting the most utensils and everything we can get to try to get out there as quick as we can.
You may have been SSR rated, but are there some former Buckeyes that you pattern yourself a little, or you've enjoyed watching, I guess, over the years that you've taken some things from?
Definitely both the Bosa's and Chase Young. I kind of watch them always, but I actually had a kid that went from my high school. He came here. His name was Joel Hale back in 2015. So I was kind of watching him, and I always watched him growing up just because I was from my area, and just seeing him over here kind of just felt real for me to come over here too.
I was going to say, did that tell you that a guy from your height, from your area, could end up at a place like Ohio State? How did that enhance, I guess, your dreaming?
Definitely. I mean, I kind of had set here from the beginning. I knew I wasn't going to go anywhere else, but I kind of just seen him do it, and I just made it feel real. Feel like I could do it, and I could try to go better and farther. But I mean, definitely, he was a great player and did a great thing for Ohio State.
You talked earlier that why you think you might be able to fit at that Leo position if that's what comes about. Did you have high school experiences, or the way that you were asked to play in high school, does that fit into that at all?
Yeah, in high school I played the 0 technique, 3 technique, 5 technique. I played middle linebacker, long snapper. I mean, I've done all the positions I need to kind of get ready for it, I feel like.
You think there'd be a long line of guys trying to get that Leo spot? I mean, it is an interesting position when you watch video.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I feel like everybody's kind of new to it, so they don't really know if they want to go for it yet or not. So I feel like definitely just seeing all the coaches, once they see us in spring football, they'll kind of figure out who needs to go where, and I'll just let them do their jobs and we can do ours.
But you could be on, like you said, you could be hanging out on the edge one play, you could be in the A gap the next, standing up, dropping. I mean, that intrigues you?
Yeah, I definitely love moving around. I don't like really staying in one spot, but I mean, I can do whatever.
Ready to long snap?
I can't. I need to.
A lot was said about Ohio State's toughness in that Michigan game. I know you're not on the team, but do you take that personally at all, being someone that's going to be here now face the season?
Yeah, definitely. I see all their mindset in the weight room after that game, so I definitely going to take that and just work like them and kind of feel like I was a part of that loss and just work against it.
Did you talk to Joe Hale during your recruitment?
Yeah, definitely. Me and him connected, and we kind of talked about it, and we definitely he kind of made it feel like more better for me. So I was kind of nervous at the beginning, but then he kind of settled me down and kind of got me to figure out how it's going to be, when I get here. So he definitely made it a lot better.
Taking any trash from your area for leaving similar club.
Yeah, I love tracking the ball. That's the best thing I feel like I can do, and I just never give up till the whistle blows.
Are you one of these guys that don't get around them before the game because you got to get in that, you got to get your mental edge? Or how are you like before a game?
Honestly, I'm a little calm. Just kind of just being myself, chilled out, and then I feel like really when I hit that field, that little switch turns on, and I just kind of go different.
You had mentioned that you felt like you were going to come to Ohio State the entire time. So why did it take you so long then to actually come?
I mean, the real reason was because of COVID, and I really just wanted to visit everything and see everything before I made that decision. So I kind of had to take everything a little bit slower than I wanted to. So I had to go visit those other schools during the football season, which also kind of working for that state championship, the undefeated one. So that kind of set that back too. And I all just kind of got pushed farther and farther back. And I just really figured out my might do it once I am done.
Yeah. Was there another school that maybe piqued your interest kind of along the way that you maybe consider that?
I mean, I always kind of liked IU. I loved Coach Allen, but then I feel like right after I committed here, all those coaches left that was recruiting me. So I mean, kind of just lost it after those coaches left.
It's kind of like the sophomores, juniors, seniors, fifth-year seniors have to learn this defense, and you're coming in fresh. That's got to be one positive, having not having the coaches who recruited you around. I mean, you get your foot right in the door right from the get-go. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like new coaches could be fair game. I mean, you just got to work as hard as you can and just try to outwork everybody else. But I mean, definitely as a team, we're all working really hard. I feel like, and we're all just trying to get better and get ourselves right.
It's my understanding your mom's from Columbus. You live here. What kind of role did that play?
I mean, it's kind of nice. I have family over here, so if I ever need anything, I can always call them and they can come over and help me. But I mean, definitely just that 3.5 hours too. It's not that bad. It's always kind of close to home, so that's kind of nice for me too.
Was she an Ohio State fan?
Yeah, my grandparents had almost every ticket to every Rose Bowl back in the day. They loved going to it.
So you been to any games before you were?
I did not, because my mom moved over back when she got married and earlier, so really just I didn't really get to go into any games. I was all Indiana sports fans, so I went to all those games instead.
Yeah. So obviously Ohio State plays Indiana pretty much every year now. I don't know how it's going to change like the stuff, but what will it mean for you to then go back there and play?
I mean, really just playing in front of all my Indiana fans, seeing all of them. I mean, I got a lot of friends that go to school at IU, so just seeing them again, letting them watch me play for the first time in college would be nice, and I feel like it'll be just a great experience all around.
What's the transition been like off the field? Class and just getting used to everything. How's that all been?
I love it, honestly. I love the freedom of being able to just go to class whenever you want. You don't have to sit there for 6 hours for like high school, but you're just kind of on your own and just doing everything and just get everything done and you'll be done for the day. That's what I kind of like.
Where's your where's your mom go to school around here?
I want to say my grandma went to Pickerton, and then my mom went to Indiana before she went to school.
What is it like when you're in a state that's got 2 Big Ten schools and Notre Dame that are close by, and then obviously you've still got all the out-of-state recruiting stuff, but just what is that like, those kind of different options? Because I assume that the local schools are going to be on most guys earlier, and so there's a lot to kind of navigate. What was that like?
I mean, it was really nice. I definitely talked to Coach Allen from the very beginning, from the first day, and then kind of Notre Dame, when they had that coaches switch, they kind of lost me in their recruiting, I feel like. So I didn't really go back to see them again after that Boston College visit I went on. And then, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I feel like Ohio State's definitely close for me too. I feel like that was all those big 3. And then I'm definitely not going to go to Purdue. I hate Purdue. But then after that, I kind of just felt like this was home in the beginning.
You feel like, I mean, we talked to a lot of guys that say they don't necessarily grow up with favorite teams the way people did in the past. Do you think that's pretty typical?
Yeah. My brother was a huge Ohio State fan growing up, so I kind of watched Ohio State, just seeing him watch the game. So when I was watching him, I was like, wow, it would be a great place to play at. And then I definitely got the opportunity.
Have you gotten much of an impression of how the front plays in Jim Knowles' defense?
I mean, definitely watching it, I feel like it has a lot of versatility it can use against offenses. So I feel like seeing that, it definitely would be a really good defense to bring.
Caden, CJ said that you could play the Leo position. Is that a position you see yourself at in this defense?
I mean, I feel like I could play wherever they need me. So, I mean, honestly, if they need me to go inside, if they need me to go outside, if they need me to play that Leo, I can do whatever.
What do you think maybe fits your skill set best?
I feel like playing the end, or I mean, I can't play that Leo too, either one. I kind of like playing that outside edge and just kind of having that free range out there to do whatever move I need to, and just having the freedom honestly.
I know you played a lot of defensive tackle in high school. Kind of what's that transition like now to potentially playing end here?
I feel like I was a little bit bigger of a body type playing that defensive tackle spot, so now I can kind of just slim down and get as fast as I can and kind of use my speed more. So I'm going to try to use that a lot more.
What is your weight out now?
I'm about 250 right now.
Are you planning to stay around there?
I'm going to keep gaining until about 265 spring ball, and then just kind of seeing how it fluctuates from there.
So you more just trying to like lean out, muscle out?
Yeah, definitely trying to gain as much lean muscle mass as I can.
What's kind of been like your first month of working with Larry Johnson?
Definitely, I mean, just seeing all the other guys, working with them, just taking everything in, learning everything, learning all the stretches and everything. So, I mean, it's definitely been great, kind of a good, fresh start.
Obviously, Jim Knowles coming in here new. I mean, what are the things that you feel like he's teaching you guys so far that is going to help you guys be a great defense?
Definitely just accountability and responsibility, kind of just learning that, gaining trust for your coaches first, and then I feel like after you have that trust, they definitely can just do more with you in that defense.